Just what is the policy that we're looking to be announced later this week? Because I've got a whole host of different people saying a whole host of different things.
And that's the level of unpredictability, Jonathan, that administration officials argue is part of their strategy, much to the dismay of investors as well as even Republicans up on Capitol Hill who are trying to get exactly what will emerge as the end goal for the U.S.-China bilateral talks. Now, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin tweeting out, quote, "The statement will be out not specific to China, but to all countries that are trying to steal our technology," end quote. This following reports that the U.S. would try to make it more difficult for investments and imply restrictions to Chinese investments with regards to intellectual property as well as technology. Meanwhile, senior economic advisor Peter Navarro also pouring cold water on rumblings of those investment restrictions, saying, quote, "There's no plans to impose investment restrictions on any countries that are interfering in any way with our country. This is not the plan. The whole idea that we're putting investment restrictions on the world, please discount that. But what they cannot discount is this growing pressure from Republicans as well as businesses like Harley-Davidson, as well as Jack Daniels, and even to some extent Boeing, which are growing increasingly skeptical about the long-term viability of going tit for tat with China. On Friday, we could get a new announcement regarding intellectual property. Beyond that, July 6th, the big date on my calendar, Jonathan, that is when the first round of tariffs goes into effect.
But Kevin, you bring up a really, really good point, and it's an important contrast. Boeing is a completely different company in terms of size, reach and scale compared to a $7 billion motorcycle company. How has a $7 billion motorcycle company found itself at the epicenter of the trade spat over the last day?
It's personality. Look, when I was back on the campaign trail, you had Harley-Davidson riders and bikers lining the political rallies to fend off protesters, and President Trump saw them in his motorcade every single rally. He felt a very distinct personal connection with them. The CEO level and the CEO executives, which are backed in a host of other lobbying groups here inside of Washington, the likes of which Boeing are a part of, are trying to get the administration's attention. You saw earlier this morning President Trump pushing back on Harley-Davidson as well in a tweet saying that he believes that they're raising a white flag, in his word, by announcing that they might have to ship business overseas.